Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Hey.
And we back.
Yo.
Back in the lab. Hey. Let's go. Hey. You down with RCC?
Yeah, you know we.
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 Hey, welcome everybody to episode, what do we have? Episode 15, 16?
15
of the Real Creators Collab. This is your boy Marcus, a.k.a. We Travel First Class to change the forecast straight off the plane, straight from St. Martin.
St. Martin. What up, y'all? It's your boy Levert, a.k.a. Leverticus, a.k.a. y'all already know, Sweet Dick Willie. And we back in the lab. It's been a minute, but we here.
Man, I feel refreshed. I just feel like a whole different person.
Why you feel refreshed?
I needed to recharge, man. Like, shit was getting too heavy, man. COVID, we've been in the house for, what, over a year?
Over a year.
Ain't been able to go no fucking where. Needed a vacation.
So where did you go?
Me and the wife, we went to St. Martin. Bruh, first of all, St. Martin, of all the Caribbean islands, gotta be top 5. Gotta be top 5.
Top 5? Where's St. Martin?
St. Martin, it's right next to Anguilla, like just south of Anguilla if you're looking at a map. But man, the weather, the food, the people, the ambiance, the whole experience, man, it was top notch. I'm thinking like, bro, when I retire, I'm moving to somewhere in the Caribbean, like either Anguilla, St. Martin, Barbados, somewhere. I can't, like, fuck that retiring American shit. I gotta go.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
So how long before you retire?
Shit, if this for it, shit go right, shit, it could be the next year.
Next year.
Shout out Dante.
Shout out Dante. He was on the pod. I still gotta put that pod out. I'm still editing. But you took a break last week, and I actually took a break too. I needed some time to myself.
Shit, I feel you, bro.
Like, I didn't do no editing. I didn't even do no producing any music. I've just been, my energy was kind of low. Mm-hmm. Trying to sort out what my next move is going to be and just really contemplate like on my future and shit.
Okay.
I'm getting in a different space as a man, and trying to elevate. So I'm really trying to make sure I make the right move.
No, I expect that. I mean, how to say, to stay stagnant, bro, that's not like dying a slow death. So you recognizing that and wanting to change and plot out your next move. I mean, Dante talked about setting goals. I mean, like, that's a part of that. Yeah,
he talked about setting goals, and he really inspired me to, like, really push through and, like, really try to plan out shit. So now, since Dante was on the pass, I really got invested into HFX, high efficiency Forex trading. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really learning right now. And I'm thinking it could be something. No, I'm going to say it right now. It's going to be something that changes my life in regards to get into the bag, man.
Get into the bag.
Because once you get to the bag, man, everything else just flows better. It's easier.
No, I mean, like, people say money don't make your life, money can buy you happiness, but it can damn sure make your life a little bit easier.
Hell yeah, man. I think even as black people, I think at the bare minimum, we wasn't taught certain things that our counterparts were taught. So they know all the tricks and trades. So now, as a black man learning all of this shit, I'm like, damn, this is really where it's at.
No, I definitely, I think I said it before. Like, white people have spent so long, like, while we've been fighting for equality, they've been building equity. Now that we've got some modicum of equality, but now that we've got that modicum of equality, it's time for us to build equity.
Exactly.
And but like you say, HFX trading, I think that's one of the avenues to that equity.
I think with me, when you have like the money situation secured, it makes everything easier in regards to if I want to be more creative, it could like pretty much fund all of that shit I want to do.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm looking at how can I make my time, like use my time wisely and be like the most efficient. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So every move I make right now is for my future, whatever that may entail. Whether I'm here for years, a decade, or going out in a couple months, I just want to be prepared and be happy, man. Because I feel like as long as the money situation is straight, I can do anything and everything.
Bet. Nah, but before we go any further, I think we'd be remiss if we don't say rest in power to Dante Wright and Adam Toledo. Just another, unfortunately, and just so sadly and heartbroken, just the victims of a system that's really so corrupt. Like,
Yeah.
I at this point, I really don't know what service the police serve to the community other than just terrorism, because they don't protect us at all.
They don't serve the community. They serve themselves in the system that is built upon.
But yeah, again, RIP to those young men. Just, I mean,
Lives taken.
Man,
This has become like a reoccurring thing, and I think as Black people, we're at the forefront of it because we become affected by it by so much, and it's what's publicized, and it's like we as a community become so desensitized and numb to it.
that for sure.
Because it's like, oh, another one. We got to keep taking this trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as Black people, like, we got to really take out time to ourselves and really, like, decompress. Take time. I used to be a person that's like, I would watch the news 24/7, but then that shit becomes so depressing.
Hell no. That I mean, like, I was dealing with anxiety, and I realized, like, the second I cut the news out, my anxiety dropped so much. Like,
Bruh.
I mean, the news is really just meant to push panic and fear. I mean, so if you let them, they'll slowly think you, like, I mean, the world is fucked up and it's a horrible place, but, like, you got to protect your mentals.
You have to protect your mental health. And then you got to look at the aspect of, like, what are you intaking? Whether it's news, whether it's media. A lot of times all that negativity can bleed over into your system, man. You don't even realize it. So you really got to, I guess, fast sometimes. Just fast from it.
Yeah.
Get away from it.
Yeah. Social media break, TV break, just a break. We all need breaks. Like I said, I just came back from a break. It was
refreshing.
And, like, I'm struggling to get back into the mentality of this bullshit life that we have to live. I mean, being on the island, like, you see, like, you understand, like, what's most important in life and what life and happiness is supposed to be about. It's just, unfortunately, it's the people in life that make the shit harder than it really should be.
So as you was down there, like, how was you feeling? Like, what was your mindset?
Bruh, like I say, this is an example. Like, right now, in my regular life, like, I don't go to bed till, like, I can't fall asleep until, like, damn near 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Bruh, like, I was so relaxed and chill. I was falling asleep at, like, 9, 8 o'clock and sleeping for, like, 8 hours. Like, it was, like, I was just so at ease. And, like, it had been so long since I got that kind of rest.
So you was fully detached. You didn't take your work with you or nothing.
Fuck no. Like I said, like we talked about this shit before. Fuck work. Like, like the second if I die tomorrow, they gonna have my fucking job listed within a day.
Plug and play.
So fuck. Like, they'll find another cog for the machine. Fuck that shit.
Exactly. That's the goal, to get out of the matrix. Get out of the 9-to-5 shit.
I mean, I ain't trying to be Neo. I don't know if I'm necessarily trying to be the one, but I'm definitely not trying to be a part of the matrix. Trying to be unplugged. When
you start getting that mindset, that's why you gotta look at how the Matrix was depicted. When you knew everything and how everything was going, it becomes depressing, and then it's like you want to get away from it.
Mm-hmm. just a bunch of numbers and programs. It's just the binary. I mean, it's just monotonous and stupid, but whatever.
Yeah.
But nah, bruh. So I just finished listening to the Joe Budden Kevin Samuels interview.
How was that?
Bruh, that shit was fire. Kevin Samuels was spitting. Bruh,
spitting hot fire.
This nigga spitting. Bruh, and bruh.
What resonated with you?
Bruh, first of all, I want to shout you out for turning me on to that, man.
I didn't turn you on. I don't turn nobody on. I just say some shit, and if y'all want to watch it, just watch it.
You did think, okay, you just lead the sheep to the water. They don't got to drink it. Water.
Nah, I mean, what's the old saying? Say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah, that type of thing. Give a man a fish or whatever. Teach him
how to fish. He can live his life or whatever, or fish for days or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that thing. Like you said, we heathens, but whatever. But that man, that man be spitting, bruh. And like, I want to say, I live by this, like, the saying or whatever. Like, you may not like the messenger, but consider the message.
And
the message, you may hate the person, but just because you hate the person doesn't mean what they're saying is always wrong. And people may not like Kevin Samuels, but that doesn't make what he's saying is wrong. That Joe Budden interview, bro, he was spitting. I mean, I guess. I mean, they said and talked about a lot. I guess a couple things that sucked to me. Like he talked about I mean, and shit that like we also like black women black women being the most educated, and that's a true fact. But black women are also the ones that like enroll the most in higher education at the higher rate. So of course they'd be the most educated demographic of people. What else? How the black family like coming in like before 1960 or whatever, 1960, like black people were getting married at a very high rate.
I think it was like 80%. I think
at a very high rate, and then at that point, whether through choice and through the government, black marriage rates drop. That's true, and those ramifications are still being felt today.
It really is, man. I think it's like this.
What up?
When it comes to Kevin, a lot of people don't want to hear what he said, but it's what you need to hear. Especially if you're in the mindset that you want to become hitched and become married. Definitely, because men flow a certain way and women flow a certain way. But oftentimes, throughout our recent history, men's voices have been suppressed. But the thing is, our mindset haven't changed. But the women's mindset have changed in regards to feminism and stuff like this. Where it's like, your mind becomes diluted and you become delusional, even though somebody's telling you the truth. And you got to look at what Kevin would say, the outcomes. If you're looking to get married or whatever, but you flow in a certain type of way, and you have to ask the question, why am I not with somebody? But yet your counterparts are getting married left and right. And then the thing is, how do you feel about that? Do you feel comfortable in that space? Are you happy within that space? And if you're not, you need to change some shit. But oftentimes when it comes to women don't want to change anything, especially my sisters.
Nah, I mean, you touched on that. You probably get into it, but like he talked about like how 80% of the women are looking for the top 20% of men, but the top 20% of men aren't looking for the 80% of women. If that makes sense.
Nah, the thing is like this.
Go.
Let's just be honest, man. Like everybody has a preference. Everybody wants their certain somebody. And the thing is, when it comes to certain women, you could say you want the top 2% of men, but shit. In regards to like men and women, we men are more physical creatures,
yes,
visual creatures,
yes. And
so, if we're looking to settle down, the first thing we're going to look at is how you present yourself and how you look aesthetically. So it's like
how much of the equation would you say that is? I would say that's damn near 80% of the equation is the physical.
I would say 90, and the other 10% is everything else that comes with it.
Personality, yeah, that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I think mindset is very important because you can look fine as you want to, but if your mindset is fucked up, men are not fucking with you.
Oh, I mean, I don't care how beautiful you are, how ugly you are, but really more how beautiful you are. If you got a fucked up attitude, ma'am, you ain't getting nowhere in life.
Not fucking with you.
Relationships, professionally, you are not getting anywhere in life with a fucked up attitude.
No, and it's like this. What I was trying to say is, oftentimes, women want a certain guy, but the guy that you want don't want you.
Preach.
Don't want you, and that's
elaborate.
And the thing is, like, you can have certain guys that's after you, and you like, nah, they're not up to my standard or whatever. And they can be decent, great guys. It could be the monetary aspect, the money, or the way that they flow, whatever. And I guess certain women feel like if I'm making a certain dollar amount and the guy isn't making that dollar amount, he's not even
on your level.
On your level and playing field.
He doesn't deserve me.
That's not necessarily true. Because the thing is with guys and women, over our lifetime, it's an inverse effect. Women in the beginning, your value is high in the beginning because why? You can be fine as shit. You can look good. You don't have no kids. Because that's one of the biggest factors in regards to you have certain men out here, they flow in a certain type of way. They don't really want kids right now. Because me personally, I've never been like a kids person. Like I love my nieces and nephews, but they go home to their mama and their daddy.
Oh, that's the beautiful thing about not having kids. They somebody else's.
And I can still focus on trying to build my life. Because if I had kids right now, it'd slow everything down in regards to my creativity and how I want to progress within life. So that's why I don't hold having kids right now to a high value. Like living my life, being happy and being creative, That's my happiness.
Yeah, I mean, as a man, you can have a child at any stage of life. I mean, your value, like you say, your value will continue to go up as you go through your life.
It's an inverse effect. With women, the older they get, they lose a lot of value. And that's the honest truth. Whether women want to believe that or not, you're going to lose value by getting older. You're going to lose value by having kids and multiple kids.
I mean, I think Kevin talked about what sexual
market value.
Yeah, sexual market
You're
value.
going to lose sexual market value. And you can't really turn your lip up because that's just the way the world works.
And the thing about it, I say, and people will say it's a double standard, and it is a double. But the thing about
It's a double standard.
It's a double standard. But I feel like men accept the double standards, where women don't accept the double standards, and that's the problem.
Exactly. Because us men, like the way we flow is, we know what women we can get and what women we can't get.
Exactly.
Depending on the level that we're at this point in life.
Exactly. Like we might hit a lick. We might hit a high lick
Yeah,
one day.
you can get lucky.
Exactly. But
You can get lucky.
But again, we understand. I was just
But
that was just a high lick. I was hot. I was hot that night.
We accept that though.
Like I'm at the craps table or I'm playing some shit at Vegas and I just hit one night. Hey, but I ain't gonna do it. I know that shit is not likely to happen again.
Yeah, that's the honest truth. And it's like,
but women in the inverse, they think they hit the lick and that they continue to.
they can hit a lick and hit a lick and hit a lick.
Exactly.
That shit does not happen like that. Whether you look at, they try to hold up, let's take Sierra and Russell Wilson, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra is not the rule. She's an anomaly.
The exception.
That shit doesn't normally happen like that, where you have a child and then you have a guy that comes in and want to take care of your kids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't normally happen like that. And even I think when I remember Russell talking about it, he had to talk to his mom. And his mom had to tell him, like, listen, if you love this woman, you need to love that kid also.
Exactly.
And he had to make a decision. And why did he have to talk to his mom? Because he probably was having some reservations. Like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. Because the way that my life is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a millionaire, multi-millionaire, playing football, high value, man. And then you got to... there comes the thought process of taking care of another man's kid and stuff like that.
I mean, and that's some real shit. That's some real shit. Like, it takes a special man to love somebody else's child.
It really does. And look, it happens. I wouldn't say that's something that's finite, like this etched in stone where it won't happen. Because, I mean, I've seen it happen all times of day. But it's so many different variables that comes with taking care of somebody else's kid.
Yeah. Now, and again, I want to happen even... Like you talked about Sierra being an exception. I guess the first thing was we're going forward. The problem, I feel like, and I'll say women in particular, they put like these celebrity relationships on pedestals. And when in reality, we don't know shit about what Sierra and Russell do behind the doors. They might be going through that shit for real.
They live totally different lives.
But like we don't know shit about them. I mean, so that's why they shouldn't be role models for anything.
No.
But the second thing, like, and I mean, you kind of, and we talked about this behind the scenes all the time, but like women will hold up Sierra or they hold up Cardi or they hold up Beyonce, but they gotta understand, like, man, you ain't Beyonce.
Nope.
That this how to say this what we talked about, you like being high. Kevin calls people high value.
Mm-hmm. High
like,
value.
These women that you perceive to be high value, man, you ain't on that level.
Not on their level.
And what they deserve and what they get, you don't got half that shit, and you don't. I mean, I hate to be that. I mean, I hate to be that blunt about it, but like, it's just the double. It's part of the double standard.
And I'll say it like this, because like I said, we men accept our cards. You know what I'm saying? We accept what's given to us.
Yes.
But when it comes to women, and they get angry because they're like, well, I have this and this. I may have kids, whatever. That's understandable. Like I said, that's just one variable. Sometimes you can have a kid, but you I don't put them like as a. I don't knock them.
You don't like the kid, or what?
Like, you can have a kid, but if you still, and I would say I'm more of a half and one. Like, if it's beyond one kid, like, that's an automatic DQ for me.
Okay.
Nah, it really is an automatic DQ. Because I feel like if you have multiple kids, like, whether it be with multiple men or the same man, to me, I feel like you might as well just marry that guy and try to make shit work.
And like that.
And the thing is, if you have multiple kids by that guy and he ain't shit, why the fuck you still having kids by him?
That's because
that tells me you haven't learned anything from that.
Bruh, life is about making good decisions, and you choosing to have a baby by somebody, one baby or multiple babies by somebody that you know ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, that lets me know like there's something that is definitely off in that situation, because I feel like women who've had kids and they like, okay, I need to move differently because that shit didn't pan out the way I wanted it to pan out, so I need to be more smart about my next move.
Yeah, exactly. It's no again, no child, no kid. There's no child born today is by accident. There's so many forms of contraception.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would say, if you want to have a kid after you're married with that guy and you're in your relationship. Don't be just having like random kids with multiple guys.
And don't think that having a kid is going to make the guy commit to you even more, because it's not going to happen. You played yourself.
No. Real commitment is where he want to marry your ass. Because the thing is, we can fuck you all day. We can like your pictures all day. But until we ready to put a ring on it, we not committing to shit. That's called a lease. It is not a lease to own.
I mean, some people say you either married or you're not.
I'm just saying, man, like...
What?
Nah, because the thing is, everything isn't, like, whether it's music or whatever, it's influenced people's decisions and stuff like that. And you can say, like, oh, I just want to live my life and cool. That is cool. But the thing is, if you're going to live your life a certain way, you got to understand there are consequences that comes with your actions.
Oh, like, again, life is about making good decisions and accepting the consequences for the bad decisions that you make.
Yeah, because we men, we have to accept our actions all fucking day. What we do, we just take that shit.
Exactly. And like you say, men, talk about like men are self-conscious, but I feel like men get over their self-consciousness. Like, a man got a big nose, damn, I got a big nose. A second later, he over that shit. A woman, she got a big nose, she gonna dwell on that shit for the rest of her life.
Or some women, like I say, like, women want a certain guy, but that guy doesn't want them. Or guy can want a certain girl, but that girl doesn't want them. But what do? We move on. We know where our level is at that moment in time. And the thing is, they be like, well, shit, I'm super fine. I can get what this dime piece can get, and that is not the fucking case. There's a difference. Why there's levels to this shit. There's a woman who can walk into a room and every guy like, damn, who the fuck is that? You know, if you walk into the room and nobody paying attention to you, girl, quit lying to yourself and quit lying to your friends that they dime pieces. They are not dime pieces.
Every woman think they're 10.
No, like, even when it comes to attraction and shit, like, there are certain double standards that are put in place where it's like, you know, if you find this shit, you are allotted more items. You're allotted more.
No, exactly. What, like, for men, what women consider sexual assault or sexual harassment from a man really depends on his level of attractiveness.
I would say a little bit, yeah, a little bit, no. I think it depends. Like, you can be attractive all day. Like, certain guys.
Well, to a certain extent, like, before you can go get egregious, like Trey Songz could get away with a lot more shit than I could. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But Trey Songz be out here doing some shit though.
Exactly. So
and they calling him out on that shit.
Exactly. So he done did some flagrant
some flagrant shit. Because sometimes you can be held on a pedestal, and then nigga, you moving kind of funny. In regards to like sexual assault and shit like that, you don't never want to get, especially as a black man, you don't never want to get in that type of trouble. I.e., fucking Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of shit is coming out with that shit, and I'm like, I'm still a person. I need to see some evidence before I'm like take a woman's word on some shit.
And the thing about Deshaun Watson, like, when that shit first started coming out, I didn't believe it, and think about it, I still don't believe it. But I still don't believe it. But I do understand that both things can be true. Like, this nigga could be he could be wild in the massage parlor. He could be completely wild in the massage parlor. But two, the Texans could also be doing this shit to slander his name.
Exactly.
And then, if that's the case, Deshaun is. I mean, whether Deshaun did it or not, I mean, he did it. If he did it, then of course crucify him. But the Texans are just as culpable because they knew what the fuck was going on, but they covered it up.
Exactly.
And they allowed more victims. They allowed more victims to happen. If they are victims, they allowed for more victims to happen because they were covering the shit up.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe we could have like a biased opinion because I mean, Deshaun Watson is homegrown from Atlanta, but it's just I couldn't see him doing that shit. But then they can say like It happens all day. It be the one you least expect that actually doing that shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't put anything past any nigga, but like, again,
I want to see evidence. If y'all was that so hurt, where you fucking evidence?
Oh,
because the reason I think like this, I'm gonna say like this because of history, because of Emmett Till.
I would just ask why now. That why now?
But I'm just saying, like, people lie all day, all fucking day about different situations. Mm-hmm. People lie on their dick all fucking day.
True.
So if you ain't got no fucking evidence, I don't really want to hear shit. Because it was like, if it was that blatant and disrespectful to you, why you didn't come out in that time? Like, if it took you fucking 20, 30 years for you to come out, I really don't want to hear it at this point. And people could say, oh, that's not being sensitive to the quote-unquote victim or whatever. But I'm like, you sat with this. And then if this was just a regular guy, would you still come out with it? Or just because he's at a high standard where you feel like you can get a bag from it, now you want to come out from it? Look at the Cosby situation. There were certain women that came out and they just joined the bandwagon, but they was lying. But since everybody else came out, they're like, let me jump on this like a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to see evidence.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we didn't really went off on a tangent, but like all of the side shits up until like maybe the last couple were all civil. Like the women weren't even pressing charges, like criminal charges. It's only the last couple that like have actually like filed motions with the police, whatever. So like these women were just, I don't know what they tried to get out of it, but I mean they would at least try to get money.
At the end of the day, it's all about money, man. Everybody looking for a come up, especially in the pandemic. Money not flowing the way it usually flows, so they trying to catch a bag with it.
Hey, nah, but going back to the Kevin Samuels interview, you talked about kids, and when I saw you made a post about single women and dogs. Break that down to me.
It's like this, man. I got experience with dogs. I've never been like an animal person. When it comes to dogs, and dog lovers are a totally different breed, bro. They got a totally different vibe and totally different energy.
How so?
They treat dogs like it's their kids, and I don't treat a dog like it's my kid. That's not my seed. That's an animal.
It's an animal. Yeah.
Y'all can love them all you want to.
Oh, so you think they treat them like a child?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Like for example, with me, my ex, she had 2 dogs, and when I came to this situation, I was like, "Hey, I'm not really an animal person. Like, I really don't want to live with an animal, but I loved her." And so when I was with her, it was like, so I accepted them also. She gave me the whole spiel of like how dogs were there when she was going through depression and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go ahead and I was in there trying to like be friends with the dogs and stuff like that. But I wasn't fully happy because I was like, it's not really my flavor. I've grown up like country ways, you know what I'm saying? My parents from Mississippi and stuff like that, where it's like, down there, usually the animals are not in the house.
Oh yeah, no, dogs, not no.
But nowadays that's disrespectful. The dog's supposed to be in your house. You're supposed to take care of them. And as in me, who was never a kids person, I consider animals like kids. And it's like, why the fuck would I want to
another mouth to feed and take care of?
That and like, if I'm not looking to take care of a kid right now, why would I want to get an animal?
Hey, I would say that's why I didn't think I'd be.
Because look, during that time, I'm like,
what's up?
I'm up. With the dogs or whatever, playing with the dogs, trying to make her happy and buying treats and stuff for the dogs and stuff. And like we can go out to a certain restaurant or whatever, got to come back and the dog be shitting all over the floor and shit, pissing all over the floor and shit. And I'm like, this ain't how I'm supposed to be living. Because now I got to come back and clean up your shit.
Nah, bro. That's why, bro.
And it's not my kid. It's not my baby. That's totally different.
I'm a cat person. A cat, the cat don't need attention. I don't gotta walk the cat. All I gotta do is put out food and water, and this cat will take care of itself.
Yeah, cats are less clingy than dogs. Cats are more self-sufficient.
Essentially, a cat needs less maintenance from me than my own wife does.
Damn. Shout out to the wifey.
Love you, baby.
Yeah, and I was, bro, like in that situation, I was like, I had to really, when she told me the dogs were there when she was going through depression or whatever, I was like, maybe I'm being an asshole. So I took a step back, like, let me readjust my mindset on it. Let me try it out. But as time progressed, I'm like, yeah, I'm still not feeling this shit. Like I had a roommate, he has a dog. He has a German Shepherd. I still don't fuck with the German Shepherd. Like,
that's a big ass dog to have on the inside, bro.
Especially in a small apartment, because they shed everywhere.
Hell yeah.
When it comes to shedding, it be all over your clothes and stuff. Like, you go to work or whatever, you like, what the fuck is all over me? Ugh. And it's dog hair.
Man, that shit disgusting.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, they sleep with their dogs in beds and shit. It's not for me.
I mean, some people kiss their dogs in the mouth.
Like, if I'm going out, I'm trying to eat some pussy or whatever, and then I get some dog hair in my mouth, that's a problem.
Oh, fuck no.
That's a fucking problem. If I'm trying to eat some ass or whatever, and I get some dog hair in my mouth, that's a fucking problem.
Put your pants on, grab your shit and leave, bro. No. Ugh. Yeah.
I mean, some people, they probably fucking at this moment with the dog in their room, whatever. I'm like, that's so fucking disrespectful.
No, man.
But yeah, it's not something for me.
Oh man!
Shout out to the dog people, dog lovers.
Bro, okay, I might.
What
you talk about fucking with a dog in the room? You ever fuck with the baby in the room?
No, have you?
Don't mind, I'm going to hell.
Oh shit! Speaking of this, like you remind me of they had this couple and they posted this shit on fucking Instagram. I was like, what the fuck is this? This dude was fucking this chick, and like he came. He was coming everywhere, like a little bit hit the baby, and I was like, bro, that's disgusting. That is so disrespectful. And the thing is, I can't knock him before I knock the woman, because I'm like, why the fuck you got your baby on the bed like this?
That's disgusting, bro.
I'm saying, like, the baby is getting fucking cum shots.
Was it? Damn, and it wasn't even his kid.
I doubt it.
Oh man,
I think a man wouldn't be that disrespectful to his kid, but nah, ain't no man. Like, if that's my son, like, nah, bro, I gotta put your ass up. But the dude, it was probably like he was a Jody coming through the back door. You know what I'm saying? Going to hit something. I think the baby was crying at one point. He's like, nigga was like, fuck it, fucking the chick.
Nah,
I'm saying, like, fucking baby had a fucking cum shot.
Damn, bro. Nah, at least put the baby outside the door. It might cry, but it's okay.
Put it in the fucking crib or something.
No. I'm saying no. I was saying in this situation, the baby was in the crib next to us while we was fucking.
No, for you, but I'm saying for him, the baby was on the bed, and this nigga just lost control.
That's crazy.
I can't believe they showed that shit. I was like, this shit is disgusting, but I remember this shit.
Oh man.
Like I said, like going back to dogs and Kevin Samuels situation, like you add in all these variables, unpleasurable variables, to wanting to get a mate, and then your mate gotta look at that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta have a certain type of mate that's in the dogs or whatever, that likes sleeping with dogs, where you want to coexist with each other.
Yeah, and
that's not the type of flavor I'm trying to coexist with. Because, like I said, when it comes to dogs, I consider them just like kids. I don't have any kids right now, so why would I want to go get an animal that's not my seed and try to take care of it? Because I think oftentimes, especially when it comes to women, like single women, I see a lot of single women in Atlanta, they have dogs. And I be thinking sometimes, dogs to me are kind of like a lonely supplement in regards to you reach your loneliness threshold where you don't really have anybody to talk to, maybe.
No companionship.
And you know your dog is going to love you unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional love. That's some real unconditional love. Because no matter how you treat it, no matter if you scream at it or whatever, it's still going to bring its ass back and still love you and shit. And it don't talk back to you. It don't call you back on your shit. Because if dogs had a fucking voice or whatever, I bet you they'll say a lot of shit.
Bitch.
So it's like, I be seeing them walking their dogs and shit. And I'm like, I mean, it's cool, but do you really want a dog for the rest of your life? Or do you want a companion? Because I be thinking the reason you have this dog is because you haven't got that companion.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the question is, if your companion is not into dogs, if you're a dog lover, you probably going to cut that person off. But then are you still going to be lonely when it's just you and your dog for the rest of your life?
That'd be crazy to choose an animal over a partner.
Some people do. Ooh. They're like, if you don't like my dog, you don't like me. And I'm like, you just disqualified yourself. Automatic DQ.
Bitch, I'm allergic.
Or maybe it's that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes guys will fucking fake the funk and be like, yeah, I'm into dogs, but they're not really into dogs just to get the pussy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd affect a lot of shit to get some pussy, but that's a story for another podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that shit happened to me before. Like, a girl, she had a dog, she was in anime, and the dog was a German Shepherd too. And I went over there and we was playing, like, she was in the video games. Dope chick, dope black chick. And so I'm just chilling playing the game, but the dog was just peeping me out like, nigga, I know what you here for. And so like we was watching, I think, a movie called
Why I'm Here.
The Interview. Exactly. You know why I'm here. We was watching the movie called The Interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I was chilling, whatever, and then toward the end of the night, we took it to the bedroom. Then as we go into the bedroom, the dog is following us behind us. They got in the room barking and shit, and she kicked the dog out.
But that's some real shit, though.
Like, no, motherfucker, like, I'm here to get some dick tonight.
Real shit. She kicked the dog out,
She
she
kicked the dog out.
The dog was trying to cop block you.
She kicked the dog out. I mean, the pussy was good, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you said she was a black woman in the anime.
Shout out to girls who in cosplay anime, especially my women of color, because y'all are dope.
But
y'all are so underrated.
Black women that love anime is like, they got peak pussy. Like,
And they sexy, they're interesting.
Top tier.
Yeah, man, if y'all don't know about the girls with anime and video gamers,
And
boy,
they freaky.
They are dope. Check them out. They are so underrated. They have great conversation. And they like a lot of shit that you like. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong for me to play a game with a girl and I can lose. Sometimes it's good to lose. And then I can win on the other side. Yeah, man, like, like I said, like, it's some of the most beautiful women that dress up in a cosplay, where they have Dragon Con come every year, or Comic Con. Boy, they are some of the dopest women out there because they like to have fun. They like to dress up. But yeah, they're dope, y'all. Yeah. Shout out to all of them.
Shout them out. Nah, but again, shout out Kevin Samuels. Appreciate you putting me on to him. That nigga be spitting. That nigga be spitting.
Nah, I mean, look, it's not that he's been spitting. I think the first time I heard him, I was like, this is some shit that I've grown up with my entire life. In regards to, like, my parents are old school and traditional.
Okay, so the example.
So I have a good example of how a marriage is supposed to work. A lot of people don't have that. And a lot of people just pretty much on the job training.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's different and more progressive nowadays, but at the end of the day, when it comes to a man and a woman, there are certain things that a man has to do in regards to him just being a man, like having to protect the family and stuff like that. When it comes to somebody trying to break up in your house, that's why when they be talking about gender roles and shit, I be like, that shit don't really matter. Like, if you get into a certain situation where, like, you got to protect yourself, you're gonna be like, hey, baby, can you go check on, see what's going on downstairs? Like, you go first. But if it's the gender roles, if we don't have gender roles, they like, bitch, why don't you get your ass to go down and check?
Exactly. It's a double standard. It's double standard, like hypocrisies, whatever.
Hypocritical.
Whatever.
And the thing is, as a man, you like, if that's in you, bruh, like, yeah, men have to put their life on the line to protect our women. That's a given. Men got to provide, whether we have it or not. We got to find out a way. That's why you got to pick a woman that suits you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a girl that's high maintenance, bro, she out of your league. You can't really supplement all the shit that she want. So you need to date somebody else. But yeah, like, a lot of shit he was talking about, I was like, it was something that I grew up with and something that I've seen. Okay. I've seen, like, when it comes to, like, I have my sisters or whatever. They're more progressive women, but they were taught, in result of my mom being an example, how to be a wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know what it means to be a husband.
Yeah. No,
like, a lot of niggas don't know how to be a husband.
And like you say, a lot of people get on job training. Like, people don't know how because
and a lot of shit is not successful in regards to relationships and marriages because y'all trying to make up this new blueprint that don't have any fucking data to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just winging the shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking failures. You like, this shit is not supposed to be like this. Because a lot of times people just want to be married just to be married. But marriage is fucking work. That's why I don't fix my mouth up in regards to marriage. Because I'm like, I'm still trying to build myself up to a certain level. I think sometimes women can become distractions where I don't need it right now. And I'm not trying to put all of that energy into a relationship and marriage. Because when I get married and when I commit to a relationship, I really commit.
Relationships will work.
I don't fuck around. Like, that's why I'd rather be a mercenary than somebody that's in a marriage, because then it's like, okay, I need to put all of my energy into this.
This nigga want to be a stickman? You a stickman right now?
Sniper.
That's a better one.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because I hold marriage to a high regard. But if you've never seen what marriage is, you like, okay, my girl wants to get married, I need to get married. No, bruh, not necessarily. Because sometimes women will put ultimatums with you, and maybe she's not the woman that's for you. Then you get married, and just because you want to get married, but yet you're miserable, and then you get a divorce. And you really have to.
And to think about it,
make sure it's what you want.
And I will say, like, if somebody's putting ultimatums on you, bruh, that's not the person for you, because somebody that really loves you wouldn't do that. That's really how I feel about it. But nah. Oh, let's get into our last segment. The ain't shit motherfucker of the week.
Oh, I got a good one. Ain't shit motherfucker of the week.
All right, you want to go first or let me go?
Well, you go first.
All right. My ain't shit motherfucker. Well, I got two. First, the ain't shit motherfucker of the week is Kim Porter, the white female cop that killed Dante Wright. Mm-hmm. And the Chicago PD. But I mean, the Chicago PD is, man, bro, I don't know who's worse, the cops in Minnesota or the cops in Chicago. The cops in Minnesota keep shooting people. Philando Castile, you got is Jacob? I think Jacob Blake was in Minnesota. I think Jacob Blake was in Minnesota.
George Floyd wasn't that in Minnesota too?
Exactly, George Floyd, Minnesota. Like that shit is out of control. But I want to say, I'll tell you this. It's hard. First of all, the fact that this woman was allowed to resign, and then in her letter she wrote that she enjoyed every moment of being a cop. And in my head, you enjoyed every moment of being a cop. So when you shot that boy and killed him, you enjoyed that moment? Mm. That shit was so... That kind of shook me to my core. Like, in the fact that she wrote that shit just 2 or 3 days after doing that shit kind of...
made you feel a certain type of way?
Right, it was chilling, to say the least. But, I want to say, the reason... Do I think these people are bad? Do I think she intended to kill him? No. But the fact that, but she's a part of a system that was, how do I say? She's a part of a system that was set up to kill Jacob Blake, or that was set up to kill Adam Toledo. And it's set up to kill black minorities and black people. So though she may not have meant to do it, mm-hmm. The system that she's a part of and that she upholds and that she participates in and supports or indirectly, it was set up to do that. So because of that, you ain't shit motherfucker of the week.
I think the biggest thing that everybody's questioning is right now is like, how do you mistake a taser for a gun when the weights are so different and you have your dominant and non-dominant hand? And that was your excuse. I thought it was a taser. So if you had an AK-47, you're going to think that's a taser too.
The thing about it, you got these police, right? The truth about it, the reason why, the cops are just scared. Cops are cowards. I feel like most cops are cowards. Like you put them under pressure and these motherfuckers going to crack. So, yeah.
No, I mean, I think if I looked at a study, they said that when it comes to American cops, they spend the least time training.
It probably takes
compared to other countries.
It probably takes like 2 months to become a cop in America, if that.
I be thinking a lot of times when it comes to cops, like when you're younger, you probably didn't have no authority, or people were shitting on you, so you wanted to gain some authority. So in order to gain that authority, you got to go and be a cop so people can respect you because of the badge.
Like they've been bullied all their life, so they're gonna be a cop so they can bully people.
Look at the other incident in regards to the Army lieutenant, where you had those 2 cops stop him.
Oh, bro, I completely forgot about that one.
How could you forget that one? That was the most blatant in regards to what I can't say most blatant. That was one of the most blatant in regards to that argument about Kaepernick saying that he's disrespectful to the troops. Nigga, y'all was straight disrespectful to the troop. A lieutenant. And you got fucking power hungry and you trying to treat him like shit. And the motherfucker had on his uniform on too.
In uniform. And you still come at that man like that.
Exactly. And plus another thing is, one of the officers were actually in the Army or in the military himself. And then when he talked to him, he was like, "Oh, you were a second lieutenant. Oh, you ain't been there that long and shit." It was the little shit he was saying.
Yeah, man. Like I say,
like so disrespectful.
The reason why these cops, like I said, there's no good cops, and the reason why these cops can't be forgiven, because for that same situation, you're participating in a system that's so corrupt that needs to be done away and abolished, that you can't be forgiven because you're participating in it.
Yeah, you turn a blind eye to all of the bullshit.
Yeah,
and you don't say shit about it. So that makes you a part of the problem.
Yeah, like I said, and Lori Lightfoot should resign as mayor of Chicago. But yeah, who you got?
She resigned?
She should. I mean, because they tried to cover up that video of the Adam Toledo killing.
But she made him come out with it, though.
She did?
Yeah, she was the one they said they need to put it out.
Oh, okay.
That's the one who looks like she got the gray hair, right?
With the gray hair.
They be trying to edge up her hair whenever she on TV.
Oh, okay.
And like they be trying to edge up her hair, like, bruh. And you know the thing is, we're sitting here, and we're going through the whole George Floyd case trial, but yet every week it's something different and it's something more blatant. And we can't even focus on one thing because somebody else has lost their lives. And us as black people, we so used to this shit.
Bruh, so used to it.
And that's the bad thing. We got to get used to this shit.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to, again, we talked about protecting your mentals. You got to protect your mentals because, like, in taking this shit in week after week after week, you can become desensitized to it, but it can also, like, worry you and cause you fear and anxiety.
Be mindful, protect your mental health. So that show ain't shit.
Ain't shit. Police everywhere.
My ain't shit. Let's see. I don't know if you heard about this story. My ain't shit of the week is this home inspector that was caught defiling an Elmo doll. Did you hear that story?
What?
So basically, I'm gonna tell you. It says a Michigan home inspector was filmed molesting a stuffed version of Sesame Street character Elmo while on the job. The incident was reportedly caught on film when the suspect, Kevin Wayne Felovin, tripped a nursery camera alert sync to the phone of a 23-year-old woman trying to sell a house. And basically, I saw a video. And I think I'm gonna put the video somewhere in here or somewhere. Like, this motherfucker walk in, and as soon as he saw the Elmo doll on the ground, he picked that shit up, started rubbing himself. But then he took the Elmo dog to the fucking closet. And all you see is...
This... What the fuck, bro?
I don't know if he had Elmo giving him fellatio, like head or whatever, but that's what it looked like. It looked like Elmo's giving him head.
This nigga's serial killer.
And the thing was, it wasn't a regular Elmo. It was a tickle me Elmo. So I'm thinking, like, when Elmo was... getting raped or whatever, or I'm like, did Elmo say some shit?
I love you very much.
Like, oh my god, what are you doing? I'm like, I feel sorry for Elmo. I'm like, bruh. And the thing is, when he tripped the security camera, the woman was watching him as he was doing what he was doing. The woman's house, so she was getting inspected because she was trying to sell the house. So you know what I'm saying? Like, did she hear Elmo like, no, bruh? And then after he was finished, like, he didn't even clean Elmo. He just put Elmo back on the ground. He put Elmo back on the ground. I'm like, Elmo, I feel for you, bruh.
Throw this motherfucker under the jail.
You feel so, look, if that was your house, you feel so violated. Like, you're going to have to take everything out of that room, probably burn that shit.
This nigga, like, literally might have cost that $10,000.
Look how he looks.
House.
Look how he looks.
Oh, brother, that's quite the picture. That's quite the picture.
I'm like, bruh, you disgusting. And you saw Elmo, his dick got on hard. For a furry animal. Bruh,
Bruh, imagine if it was like somebody in an Elmo costume. This nigga would have lost his mind.
Oh my! It was to me. I just find funny. Find a sense of humor within dark humor. You know what I'm saying? And
but yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's the ain't shit of the week.
Ain't shit of the week. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Disgusting. Elmo, you want to take us out? Maybe not.
Bro, what was that? That was Bert and Ernie. That was mine.
Bert and Ernie?
Bro, imagine if it was Big Bird.
Big Bird ain't having it. Big Bird is not having that shit.
Oh man, that's another episode of the Real Creators Collab.
An Elmo story. My name is Levert, aka Leverticus, aka Sweet Dick Willie.
It's your boy Marcus, aka We Fly First Class to change the forecast.
Oh shit.
We out.
Oh shit. We out.